Morning, everybody. So, we are out at the Sam Houston National Forest, and we're going to do some riding this morning. Kind of enjoying our Thanksgiving celebration here. We're going to see how our mini bikes hold up. We're going to be doing some dirt bike trails with a bunch of dirt bike guys. So, they got probably some hotter machines than us, but we're going to give it our best. I think Tortuga's up to the challenge, and Rachel's bike doesn't have a name yet, so it'll get there eventually, but she's got to get a paint job on there too, and then we'll come up with it. Here's some of the machines. We got Tortuga and Rachel's bike, and here's some of the other guys' machines. Honda CRF 230F, that's a cool one. Kawasaki KLX 230, SSR 70 for the little man. Wave, Tyson. He gets to ride with us this time. He was just in the video last time. Alex, out for the ride again. Steven at KTM, I don't even know what it is. Big and fast. And a few more toys. So let's go explore the forest. I've wanted to do this for years and hadn't got to, so here we go. Alright everybody, so here's the map of the Sam Houston multi-use trail system and the part of the forest that we're riding in. We are on the northwest side of Lake Conroe there at the Sam Houston National Forest, and it is a beautiful forest. If you've never been, I definitely recommend it. It's well maintained and it's just really beautiful out there. This is happening just after Thanksgiving, so it's the end of November. The weather is beautiful, and I definitely recommend it. If you're in the area, it's worth taking a trip down there. So there's lots of dirt bike trails out there, and I've wanted to go out there for years, and I've just never been able to do it. But this year we were able to make that happen. We got our stickers. You do have to get your OHV, off-highway vehicle sticker. You can look that up on Texas Parks and Wildlife and get your sticker, get legal, and make sure your bike is up to their specs, and take it out there and ride the dirt bike trails, and it is an absolute blast. It's so much fun. The beginning of the video here, we're starting off with Alex's footage because my camera had a card failure and we lost all of it. So we're going to start off with Rachel's bike and Alex riding. And looks like the camera slipped a little bit, so we got a great crotch shot. We'll probably flip ahead and go to some other footage later. But anyways, back to the forest. It is beautiful out there and a lot of fun. If you're going to do it, I definitely recommend having a full suspension mini bike. But really anything on two wheels can do it. But full suspension, definitely recommended. There wasn't too much in the way of mud. A lot of the other places that we typically ride, we typically find ourselves in the mud just because this is Southeast Texas, and we're the muddy turtles, right? Hence the name. We always wind up somewhere mudding around riding, and it's a lot of fun. I do enjoy that style of riding, but it's kind of refreshing to find a place with some decent trails. So yeah, Sam Houston National Forest, it was great. So again, not too bad on the mud. It was mostly sand. So for those of y'all who have ridden on the beach, you're going to be real comfortable out here. It's got lots of soft sand trails, which can be a little tricky if you're not used to that. Sometimes the wheels will get a little washy on you, so definitely slow down if you're not used to it. And even if it's your first time out there, take it easy. It's joy riding. Have fun. So yeah, there's a bit of sand and lots of whoops. Nothing super big. Every now and again you can get some little jumps. Nothing too crazy out there, but lots of whoops. There's ruts and roots. ruts and roots. And those will take your tires out from beneath you real quick if you ain't paying attention. So, yeah, you see us riding with these dirt bike guys, and they were friends of my brother-in-law, who was nice enough to invite us out. And they were a bunch of real good dudes, but definitely riding a lot faster than we could. Their machines, obviously dirt bikes, they got full transmissions in them and bigger motors, and they're just a more capable machine. And these guys have been riding out here for a while, so a lot of experience specifically on these trails. So they knew what they were getting into. We had never been out here before, and it was all new to us. So we had a blast. It was real pretty. It was a great experience, and we're really excited that we get to go. We're probably going to go back next month, and we're going to do this again because it was so much fun. You can see here, Alex actually went out with my brother-in-law, Steven, and he's on Tortuga, and Alex ate it. Oh, man. Yeah, Alex was trying to keep up, and the bike caught some ruts, and bounced and just launched him. He ate it, but he jumped up like a champ, got back on the bike, and tried to catch up. So Tortuga is just another Trailmaster, just like what Alex is riding, but we did go and put the Go Power Sports premium front end on it, and also their nitrogen charged adjustable rear shocks, and that made a huge difference. It was a huge helper in the Go Power Sports 180 race, and then it was also just made for a super comfortable ride out there in the forest. As you can see, stock suspension on these Trailmasters is capable of doing it, but the upgraded parts are they're really nice.
Yeah, so what happened is, Steven, what happened was you started going, and I was like, okay, he's gonna send it. I'm ready to send it. Okay, stop sending it. And then my hand just wouldn't stop going. I was like, okay, bike, go! I just fell over. Well, I didn't jump off of it, I fell. Yeah. That's fun, dude. Yeah. It did really good.
So my brother-in-law here is talking about how impressed he was with the machine. I know there's lots of guys out there who have even hotter builds than mine, but a lot of people underestimate these mini bikes. Everybody we talked to out there, they're all running dirt bikes, and they were all looking at us like, man, you guys are brave. It's kind of wild. Your kidneys gonna be hurting. I don't know if you're gonna make it. And we really surprised all of them, just running around out there in these Trailmasters, and we weren't really able to keep up with them. They were faster than us, but the machines held up. But we weren't having mechanical issues. They were just kicking along and eating up the whoops, and we were having a blast. And those guys, were really impressed with the capability of the machines. So, who knows? Might have had some converts there, bring people over to the mini side.
It's like a totally different machine.
About halfway through the day, me and Alex traded machines. He wanted to ride Tortuga, and I was feeling generous, so I took the other bike and let him ride my baby, and he had fun. Tortuga's got a much hotter engine on it. Rachel's bike is just a stage 1. I think that's a Dongsheng, whatever motor the Trailmasters come with. It's just stage 1 upgrade on it. That's actually the engine from my bike originally, but it found its way onto hers. something y'all may notice looking at Tortuga, I added some mud flaps to the front of the frame and the rear of the frame, and I'm going to be launching our new website soon, and hopefully we'll be getting those parts in the store, so you guys can, if you're interested, you can hit me up and get you a set of those for your bike. And I definitely recommend them. They keep a lot of the debris and mud and crud off your engine. So, and not just that, rocks and other things like that, sticks that can flap and hit your block. And they worked real well. I was really happy with them. They performed well again at the GPS 180. I ran them and they held up. They did a real good job. And then out here at the Sam Houston, we got into more mud, or we had some muddy situations. And normally whenever you go through mud trails, you're just caking that stuff on your engine, which holds in the heat and can cause all kinds of problems. And after hitting the mud trails out in the Sam Houston, my engine at the end of the day looked really good. It really wasn't bad at all. I was able to clean it off with just a water hose, didn't have to break out the pressure washer or anything. The mud flaps did their job, so I'm real happy with them, and I think other people would enjoy having them too. So y'all keep your eyes out. Let me know if there's some interest in those parts, and I'll definitely get them up on the website, which will be hopefully launching soon. So some of y'all might be wondering the size of the fuel tank on Rachel's bike. That's actually a 2-liter bicycle fuel tank, which did really well. I've used them on a few different projects, but I typically don't use them on the bigger bikes whenever I'm building one, because it just proportions aren't right and they don't look as good in my opinion. But we wanted to have her bike ready for the GPS 180, just so we had another bike to ride out for practice days and stuff like that. So I threw that on there just to get the bike finished, because I had to go through about 3 or 4 different machines getting ready for the race. And so that's just how that one wound up. And it did okay. You know, it fits well enough. I love the way those tanks, they just bolt right up. And it has the reserve and on and off for the fuel, and that's it. They're sweet, simple. Probably going to be upgrading that to the larger 4-liter tank, or possibly a motorcycle tank. I know Go Power Sports has a really nice looking tank that fits perfectly on these frames, but it seems like every time I go to order one, I miss them. They're either sold out, or it just works out that way for me. I know they have them in right now at the time of recording, but it's not placing an order right now, so just gotta get those stars aligned. Anyways, we're gonna get her bike upgraded later, but for this ride day, we're running that 2-liter tank, and me and Alex got in a bit of a pickle. We got out there and we took some trails, and we couldn't keep up with the dirt bike guys, and they ran on ahead, and we got separated. We got lost out in the woods, and it was supposed to be like an hour and a half trail. Turned out to be like a 4-hour loop for us, which, not complaining about the trail, it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. But that little tank, we really stretched it to see if it had enough capacity to make it. 4 hours of riding on 2 liters was everything it had, and then some. We were coming in on fumes, but we did make it back. We got lucky there. the tank I have on Tortuga, I'll have to look it up. I want to say it's 2.5, but it might be a 2-gallon tank. And it's nothing special. It's a motorcycle tank I got off of Amazon, but I think it looks really great, and it fits the bike real well. Not absolutely perfect. I have the premium forks like I mentioned earlier, and those forks, the triple trees are real beefy on them, and so they do kiss the tank a little bit the way I have it set up. So, you know, if you're real sensitive about getting any kind of battle damage on your tanks, you might not want to go with that one. But if you don't mind a kiss here or there, or a little scar on your bike, it's got the capacity, and I think it looks really good. So if anybody's interested in that, I can send you a link to which tank we're running on Tortuga, and you can pick you up one. They're good tanks. One more thing that was a huge advantage to riding out here on Tortuga specifically were those floorboards. I ran them again in the GPS 180. That was a big upgrade for my bike, and I feel like it really helped us in the race, because sometimes when you're out there, you're pushing it, you're jumping, your feet will come off those pegs, and then you kind of got to hunt for the foot peg, especially if it flops up on you, and you're trying to get your foot back in the right position so you can get back in the race and get back to full speed. So having those floorboards was a huge advantage, because they're rigid. You can stand up on them, you can jump on them, and they weren't giving at all. And they were super rock solid. And out here in the woods and the mud and everything, again, they were coming in clutch. They were great. I really loved them. And so later, when I switched over to Rachel's bike, we're running the mid-bar kit from Go Power Sports, and we have some upgraded foot pegs. They're aluminum, come off of Amazon. They're a wider footprint. I believe they're originally designed to fit on a Yamaha TW200, and they're really good foot pegs for what they are. They're 100 times better than the really weak stock ones. Those stock ones I'm not a fan of. But anyways, that's what I was using on Rachel's bike, and they worked okay, but I really like the floorboards. I'm going to be looking into possibly putting a kit together and trying getting that out to people, because it just works so well, and it was comfortable but practical. You can jump on them, you can do what you need to do, or if you're in a good smooth spot, you could just kick your feet out and cruise. And yeah, that was the Sam Houston National Forrest. So we got to continue riding a few more hours there, and we had a good time. We wound up cutting out a little early. We didn't stay the whole day. We just had a few other obligations we had to go take care of, but it was a real treat to get to go out there. We're definitely going back, and I recommend it to anybody who's looking for a new place to go riding. There's lots of trails out there. There's more trails than we even got to cover, and that was just the small section of the forest that we were in. You can look back at the map at the beginning of the video, and there's so much more to the Sam Houston National Forest. It is a huge forest system, and there's dirt bike trails everywhere. So we are going to be exploring those and seeing where all we can go, and bringing more videos in the future. I hope everybody's enjoying it, and if you are, please consider subscribing and maybe check us out on Patreon. The support we receive on Patreon goes a long way helping us with fuel costs and parts and maintenance on these machines. So any help is extremely appreciated. Thanks everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.